Yeah! Ah, we're live. Happy Halloween. I hope everyone has had a really good day. The beautiful Miss Highboy and I, we had a great day. We got a lot done on our lawn and leaves picked up, just all that stuff. And I did the last, trim the grass for the last time. I bet I'll trim the grass in another month. Even when it's winter, if the grass is long on the edges, it drives me nuts. I'll probably trim it one more time and probably mow it a couple more times, and because I like it to look good. I do. I like a nice manicured lawn, and so we got that done today, and then we went over to Popeye's Chicken and tried some of their chicken tenders. They were pretty good, and then I was working on load development on my quick loads, different things I'm kind of working on, and this is one of them right here. This live stream is one of them that I was working on, and so anyway, here we are, and I want to wish everyone a happy Halloween. Now I'm going to have to take a break here in about 15 minutes because I am smoking this really nice rack of pork ribs. Andy is on his way over now. You see him in the comments, but he's actually driving. And I bet Walter is on his motorcycle because they're going to be done. So in about 15 minutes, I got to take a pause, go out and put my ribs into the last stage. And I'm perfecting these. So I'm going to end up making a video, probably another month or two. I'm perfecting them. And it's really easy. And they're really good. So anyway, we have 9 of you on, and we're going to do roll call pretty quick, and I'm going to just kind of tell you guys what I'm going over and just kind of go through the functions. And I'll ask one. Andy said he'll be here in a few. Just bring me some moose jerky. I'd like to have some of that. So, all right, man, everyone, let's sound off. Sound off on, let's say, NOE molds, because I'm working with a bolt that came right off an NOE mold. And I'll show you the mold, I'll show you the bullet, and kind of find details about it, and it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Chris Field, he is also smoking ribs. Way to go. Well, half the guys will be at your place, the other half at mine. That's great, So Uncle Milty, it's good to have you, brother. Alaska One, Andy, Chris Field. Chris, I am going to make a video on how I smoke these ribs. Nothing like them. And they're good. They're really good. And then we have Outlaw in the house. Do we got a trick-or-treater? Trick-or-treaters? Oh, guys, I should open the door, and if little kids come in, I can give them candy. That would be cool. Philip Sutphen, good to have you, man. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Philip. So let me go check with Miss Highboy. She's calling my name. Hang on. I'm sorry. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back. We got too much going on today. So let's see. Where's Philip? Welcome, Philip. And okay, so critters in the house. Okay, so and I'm still getting set up. All my dies are set. We're not going to set dies up today. I'm actually going to load the real thing. Okay, I got primers. I'm good on primers. So, but how many primers do I have? That's the question. Oh, plenty of primers. I'm going to tell you guys something right now. That is one really cool thing about having 3 T7s. I have one T7 here, one T7 there, and a third one over there. And I'm telling you, I can just leave my large pistol primers right there, my small pistol primers right there, and my third T7. On my other T7, I don't necessarily use the priming system when I'm loading for rifle. So it doesn't matter. I can put my dies on that and truck right along. So multiple T7s is really nice that way. So, okay. Such fun. Great. I like to get people's names correct. So, very good. So, okay. So, the mold I'm working with, I'm going to show you the mold. And so I'm still learning. And I casted these bullets some time back. I casted them, but I never shot them. I've just been too busy. And so this is the NOE mold. Okay, I put a link in the description box below for this specific mold. Now, this specific bullet is actually ideal for powder coating. You say, well, why? Well, okay, on a traditional bullet that you lube, you're going to have lube grooves, right? Well, one of the things, all right, I want you to process this. I was just talking to Jer Bear about this last night. Like, 243 rifle has 1 in 10 twist rate. What does that mean? That means in 10 inches, your bullet's going to rotate 1 time, okay? Well, what about handgun? 1 in 16 inches. In 16 inches, that bullet's going to spin 1 time. But, gee, this is coming out of a revolver that only has a barrel that's 4 5/8 inch long. So it only has a quarter of a chance of opportunity to begin spinning, right? So on this bullet, this is it. I'll show it to you. Look at the drive band. All it has is a crimp groove and no lube grooves. So now we have more drive band, okay? Look at the length of the shank portion. Every bit of that, okay? So now we have more bullet grabbing the rifle. And there's another thing. Less chance of gas slipping by, okay? So now here's one for you. All right, so on your revolvers, you click the link to ugetube.com, because as soon as they have their live stream capabilities, I will be live streaming there where I will be able to handle guns. And I got some cool stuff coming out over on UGETube. It's going to be the coolest, and you guys can actually jump in and be involved. So you might want to follow me over there, because once Sam, the owner of Utah Gun Exchange, gets UGETube rolling, you guys are going to be a little more interactive with me. It's going to really be cool. And you're going to find out just why I built that gun bench. You're going to find out, okay? Matt Cushing. Matt Cushing, I highly recommend it. It's a great press. Okay, so anyway, back to what I was getting ready to say, which I don't remember what it was. No, I do remember what it was. So we're talking about this bullet. So 44 mag is a .429 diameter. Okay. So, you know, this is casting them at .432. Yeah. .432. All right. I have the sizer for NOE. It's just right over there. His sizer is set for .431. I've been sizing on the Lyman at .430. Now, when you're working with a cast bullet, you want to take the cylinder out, drop the bullet through it. If that bullet goes all the way through your cylinder, it's too small. Game over. You got to increase that in size, okay? This at being at .430 fits my cylinder. Oh, actually, for multiple of my Rugers. I tried it in 2 of my more modern Rugers and 2 of my Rugers from back in the 1960s. Those cylinders are all really to the same specs. These bullets, they fit just fine. So this is going to function just fine. But NOE, his is set for .431. I want you to follow me on this. I'm going to show you some measurements. Okay. Let me get my digital calipers so you guys can understand. It'd be a better visual for you. So these are zeroed. I'll zero them. You see that bullet? .430. All right. Now let me show you this. After I've casted these and I've powder coated them, .43. .434. But watch this. Let me grab another one here. Let me grab one of these. .437. I have some that are .438 and .439. Can you imagine how hard it is to size these?
The timer went off.
Oh, the timer went off. Okay. These, they take a little bit more. I'll explain this in just a second. This one was only .434. No problem. In learning how to work my powder coating, if I get too much powder coating on, my diameter is so large that when you go to resize them, it's harder. But here's the deal. If I go with the NOE, let me show you the NOE. This is the, and I haven't used this yet. This is the NOE push rod, okay? This is the NOE bushing and the die body and the inner assembly. This is going to size into .431, a thousandths larger. So actually sizing through this would be easier than the Lee at .430. So just process that. The moral of the story is when you're learning to cast your own bullets and then powder coat, be easy on the powder coat. Get just enough powder coat on to do business and no more, okay? So guys, my wife just got my attention. The ribs are ready to be put into their next step. So I just need enough time. I got to pull them out of, they're wrapped. I want to pull them out, put them back on the grill, and I'm going to put my favorite barbecue sauce on, and I'll be right back. So guys, it'll be a good time to take, let's say, 5-6 minute break. It might be a little sooner. I'll hurry, okay? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I got some guys, get over here, man. These ribs, I'm telling you, they're gonna be really good. This Highboy is gonna send me a picture and I'll show them to you. Okay, so listen very carefully to me. I'm gonna tell you what I have planned over at Utah Gun Exchange. Are you ready? Are you ready for some of this? I'm going to, I don't know if it's a Friday night. I don't know what night. You guys got to let me know. But I'm going to have gun show and tell. Utah Gun Exchange will let us handle guns. That means you guys are over there every Friday night. I'm going to put a gun on that gun bench. I'm going to tear it apart and clean it. We'll get a whole panel. The panel will have to convene before the show and demonstrate that their firearm is not loaded and there's no ammunition near them. And then that panel comes on live and we get to talk about our guns, clean them, show each other how we clean our guns. I'm not the pro, but we just come together every Friday night and we have a gun show. And then Saturday nights we do a reloading show. What do you think of that? And you want to know what I'm going to be doing on the reloading? I'm going to be bringing more equipment in, and every Saturday I'm going to try and do a different reloading live stream workshop on a different piece of equipment. What do you guys think of that? Okay. While I pull this image up, I want to wait and see what you guys think about my idea. That's where I'm going. You need to go to Utah Gun Exchange and subscribe to me, and also subscribe to Jer Bear Tactical, because he's over there. And okay, are you ready to see my ribs? Come on. Come on. Hang on. Stupid phone. That is my ribs. Look at the bone. The bones are falling out, just ready to come out. That's the entire width of my smoker. And they are going to be, and I'll tell you what sauce I have on those. This is what I have. I have the Craft Original. Hang on. I have the Craft Original on the top because it's thick and it stays. And then I have Smitty's Ghost Pepper all the way across the top. And those two together, they make a really, really nice sauce. So it's going to be really good. So there you go. Yeah. No, I have my Pit Boss. I love my Pit Boss. It's the greatest. So, okay. So, all right. So now back to where we were. So these bullets out of my NOE mold are, well, what are they? They're casting a little heavy, just a little heavy, right? So they're already a little heavy. Then when I put my powder coating on them, now I've really got some sizing to do. And it'll be interesting to see what Reloader 762 is going to say about this. So anyway, some things that I've noticed, like this is this mold is the bullet's going to cast at 263 grains, but no, that's what he's designed the bullet for. But it kind of depends, you know, if the more pure lead it is, the different it's going to weigh, the more it's going to weigh, right? So the vernal hardness of your alloy, that's going to dictate the weight of your bullet, right? Reloader, okay. What alloy did you cast those bullets with? Alloy makes a huge difference. This was my this is my Magic Alloy by Missouri Bullets. That's what that is. So I want to wait and see what you say about that. If I would have used just wheel weights, okay, I'm going to show you this. Let's weigh this bullet, okay? These are supposed to be 263 grains. 265.7. That's what that weighs. It should be UGE Tube should notify you, but if you're a member on the forum, I will post my live streams there. So if that answers your question, thank you. Michael Swarm likes my idea. I think these live streams are terrible because you can't hold a gun. I think it's so terrible. All we can do is adjust our dice. I wish I had a gun in my hand. I got linotype. So, okay. COWW that's basically will weights. What is COWW? I don't remember. NOE mold specifications are for what? I don't remember what that stands for. And I was just at his website. You're welcome, Michael. Thank you. Follow along over there because I'm going to have him as a guest on a live stream, hopefully here pretty quick, and you guys will meet him, and you're going to totally love that guy. So, Reloader 762, I'm asking, what does COWW stand for? I don't remember what that acronym means. Anyway, we'll get to work here. So, a couple of things about this bullet. I had to kind of put my own load data together. Oh, clip-on wheel weights. Yeah, clip-on. I should have known better. Thank you. So these bullets now, as we see, the shank on it, there's no lube grooves. All we have is the Crimp groove on it. Okay. Let me go ahead and I'm going to seat one of these in just a second. But the first thing, I'm going to bring this camcorder up here so I can get you guys in close here so you can kind of see the detail of everything. The first thing I'm going to show you is, so for my 44 mag, okay, those two are just dead on. .272. You can see the 7.2, right? Six nine. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. Oh, come on. 7.1. 7.1. 7.2. 71 70. All right, let's kind of talk about this. Look at that, man. Totally sliced myself with my calipers. They are sharp. Okay, but we can't cry. There's no crying. So this is some of. Yes, UGE tube. There's a link in the description box below. It'll take you to my account over there. These are some of my 44 brass casings, okay? And just so you know, I won't say that. That's most of these I've been dry tumbled, just so you know, okay? What I did is I went through these and I matched them pretty close to length. And let me grab my stool now. So I matched my cases to length, okay? You know, you hear us talk like if you're going to develop a load, if you get to the range and you have a load that is like ideal and you want to duplicate that load, you want to do everything in a way that you can reduplicate that, like how you set your dies up, you know, everything about it. Well, your case length also comes into play. And it wasn't too long ago in one of the live streams, a question got brought up: do you trim your pistol brass? I said no. That's really not the correct answer. The correct answer is I would rather not. Okay. Some guys do. If you're making like match ammo, some guys they'll trim their cases down to the thousands. Okay, I mean they will. What I would prefer to do is for this load development, I would rather match my cases and keep track of what length those are and develop my loads off of that. And then I can begin working with cases that are of a different length and set my my actual seat depth to that and my crimp to that as I go. So I do want to say something about like, this is kind of my opinion. I don't really know if this is factual. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. This is just my opinion. It'll be interesting to see what some of you others say out there. Yeah, you can definitely put match ammunition together, but in my opinion, some of the factors that work against you having sheer precision in your hand loads is going to be one. Remember, we just talked about twist rate in a handgun. You got the short barrel. If your bullet has to turn one revolution within 16 inches for 1 16th twist on a handgun, well, in 4 inches, it's already out. It never really got that full twist. Okay, think about it. If a rifle has a 1 10 twist, okay, that bullet's going to, on a 20-inch barrel, spend 2 revolutions before it ever gets out of that muzzle. So if you've really matched the bullet to the twist rate and you've really developed a nice load, it's really going to give you precision. But not in your handgun, it's different. That doesn't mean you can't get more loads that are more accurate. But then the other thing that really bites you is sight radius. Your sight radius is so short on a handgun that that's why you'll see guys that are really serious about handguns. They got a scope on it. Okay, they're doing everything they can to get it to be as accurate as a rifle. But in my opinion, there is only so much you can do. And then the rest, it's almost like the handgun itself will work against it without you even putting your human error into it. Then we add human error and we're really off. So that brings me to this. I'm developing all these loads with these cases that I've matched. But really, once I get the load developed, you're going to find that if you've got a case that's, say, 6-8 thousandths off for out plinking ammo for a bear that's rushing you, it's going to work. A bear that's rushing you. I have had conversations with guys that said, if a bear's rushing me, it better be the most accurate ammunition in the world. If a bear's rushing you, there's a lot more going on than an 8 thousandths difference in your cartridge case length that's going to affect your accuracy, and it's called your adrenaline. So that's just my thoughts, my opinion. Take what you want, leave what you don't. If you want to prove it to yourself, develop your loads with perfect cases and then reload them with non-perfect cases, and you'll see what that difference is. And you'll find that more than likely, offhand, the accuracy, you're not going to see a lot of change. I had a conversation with the guy. It was like when my channel first started, and he said, if you're sandbagging, it does make a difference. Yeah, but after so many rounds, you shouldn't be sandbagging anymore. So just kind of process that, okay? Okay. JJ305. Good to have you, brother. It's really good to have you. So let's do roll call. I'm gonna then we're gonna get into. I'm gonna go ahead and get my powder measure set up here, and we'll just kind of. Everyone sound off. Put a comment on there. Oh, Don Hill. My opinion is that on Will guns, it doesn't matter because nothing matters until it goes to the forcing cone. Yeah, precisely. Exactly. Okay, so everyone sound off there. I'll call you out. Now, so this is power pistol. I love power pistol. I haven't ran this in my 44 yet. I'll tell you what I really, really love this in. My 45 ACP. Oh my gosh. My 45 ACP, this really puts a wallop behind that bullet. It really gets it moving. I love it in my 9mm. Fantastic. So I'm going to try it in my 44. Yeah, there's no crying in reloading whatsoever. And now remember, I can't say this enough. One powder on the bench, guys. The other day, I came out here. I was reloading. When I emptied my powder into my powder jug, I was on total autopilot, and I realized I didn't even check it. And then it hit me. I only had the same one on there. So guys, we can get distracted really easy, okay? Be careful on that. Oh man, Page 11 Racing. Good to have you. I like that name. You gotta go get you, gotta try your power pistol. It's extremely everything about it. Performs great. Okay. Andy 79 Z28. We got Don Hill. We got Andy. We got Uncle Milty. Alaska 1 Andy. Drew Bradley. Michael Hurtnick. Reloader 762. Pony 47. Page 11 Racing. Curtis Long. Michael Hurtnick. All right, guys. Jimmy Rodriguez was in the house. So, all right, I'm going to, real quick, get this dialed in to, I'm not going to tell you what I'm not going to tell you guys what I'm running. And I'll tell you why I'm not going to tell you what I'm running. The reason that I'm not going to tell you what I'm running for a charge is because I have developed this load off of my Quick Loads program. and I have compared it to other recipes. So actually, when I go out and pull the trigger on this, I'm putting all my faith into that quick close program and my knowledge of just putting it all together, okay? So I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, but bear with me. I'll get this dialed in. Okay, I already know about where I need to put this. So what he's doing is every time you make an adjustment on your micrometer, you want to reuniform your powder measure, okay? Woo! Oh my goodness. Bam! I'll take that. Actually, drives me nuts. So it's got to be on. It's just got to. So this powder measure, this is the Reading Competition 10X pistol and small rifle. There we go. Powder measure. So this powder measure, I know my powder measure. So get to know your powder measure, whatever you use. Okay. Once you get your powder measure dialed in, you want 3 good ones. Okay. Three good ones. Oh, perfect. So this is something I'll tell you. Put time into getting your charge just right. Okay. Okay. You're the one that has to pull the trigger on it. I'm the one that has to pull the trigger on my loads. There's another thing. I want to be exactly on because I'm going to go out and try these loads. And I need a baseline of where to start. I'm not going to say this is going to be the best load. I'm just going to go try these. Right? I have no idea really how they're going to perform. Might perform great, satisfactory, whatever. But when you come back and you want to know where to go from here, you want to know that you dialed that in for exactly what that recipe was. Now, let's just say, as an example, you want, let's say you want 30. I'm going to use 30. I'm not going to let you guys know what I'm throwing for a charge weight here. 30. If you want 30, you want 3 in a row of 30. But if you get one that's 29.9, you get the next one that's, 30.1, and the next one is 30, you're good. If the average of the 3 is 30, that's perfect. But you don't want it all over the place past that. Now, just so you guys know, what this just threw on power pistol, okay? I'm not going to tell you the charge, but if you want to know what my powder measure is throwing right now, spot on. Spot on. Spot on. This thing, there's my 10th flow. About every 3 or 4 charges, it'll be like a 10th flow. It's okay. So I give you an idea of what my rating is averaging with power pistol, and I would say most ball powders, that's about what this averages. Let's just be spot on. Okay, so we're ready. So how I've got this set up, all my dies are set up. I have everything set up for my length of my seat depth and everything. Okay, so you want to have an idea of what you're sizing to, and I should be about 48. See my 48 there. So I'm going to expand. I'm going to go ahead and seat a primer. I am way overexpanded, way overexpanded. That's bad. That's really bad. Can't believe you guys picked me to be your host. Gosh. Okay, if your die is set up to where you're overexpanding, don't back it out in small increments. Turn it up, start over, okay? Or otherwise you're just gonna continue to ruin more cases. That's a stiff one. Ugh. That being extra stiff, that means that was one that I shot as a really heavy magnum load, okay? That's what that means. So, okay, we know, now I'm gonna reset this. So we know the mouth is gonna be at 48. Okay, there's my 48. So I'm gonna go about 11 thousandths over. So I'm gonna want this about 59, okay? Man, I don't know why I have no idea why this was off that far. If you guys had a better host, that wouldn't happen, would it? I don't even know how to reload. I'm at like 57. I'm 9 thousandths. Okay, so you want to expand, like for your plated and jacketed bullets, around 10 thousandths larger. For these cast bullets, we want to be about 10 or 11 thousandths over. But when I start getting close to that 8 or 9, I start kind of checking it. That's just me. Okay, that puts me at 11 thousandths over. Beautiful. Now let me tell you something. Remember this. If after you have completed your round, if it doesn't chamber because it's like too fat for the cylinder, it means you might not have expanded enough. So when you push that, the shank was so tight against that case, it kind of puckered the case out. So you might need to put more expansion based off that. Okay, so now that we have that set right, now I'm going to go ahead and tighten this lock ring. There we go. So now, there we go. Primer's nice, past flush, looks really good. Really good. So now I'm going to come over here, throw a charge of powder. When you're running your powder measure, remember, you got to pause long enough for the charge to complete. Rifle cartridge is going to take a little longer, right? So always remember that. And I kind of watch my charge. That's what I try to do. When I'm cycling, I try to watch that charge clear. Once it's clear, then you know you can do the next one. Okay, so now double check before you seat the bullet. Make sure you got the powder. Okay, weird things happen. Okay, I love this. The reading, when the reading expands it, it puts an extra step that just perfectly lines that bullet. Okay, that's big. Think about it. You've got a bullet off canter, and you want to seat it. It's going to have to kind of do this, and that's going to cause the opposite side of your case to bulge out around before it goes in. That's going to change your internal pressures because you've just changed you're moving your brass. You don't want to do that. Okay, so now this should be, oh yeah, this is where class starts right here. I got to turn the light on so you can see this. I have a crimp groove. You see my crimp groove. You see my crimp groove? In your mind, ask yourself, where's the mouth of the case going to be? Divide that little crimp groove into 10 little sections. In your mind, divided by 10. It'll focus. Hang on. Aha. I got to remember that. Hang on. I'm going to steady it now. See how I'm at the upper limits of it? To where when I crimp that, the top edge of that crimp, the bullet, the shank, isn't going to impede my crimp, but I get a good crimp on it. That's what I want. Now, this profile crimp die, it has a feature in it. Everyone likes the Lee Factory, which I'm not going to knock the Lee Factory. There is something about the Lee Factory I don't care for. It has a 4 collet system, and you can see the actual impressions on the mouth of the case. So really, you don't get one uniform crimp ring. It's broke up between collets. I'm not saying that's necessarily bad. I'm just saying that is a good die because it will resize to the base. I agree. But if you're doing a good job, you shouldn't have to worry about resizing. Why do I like the profile crimp? Now wait, this is a 44 mag. I need a roll crimp. This die starts out with the taper. It puts a little roll on it at the end. What the taper does, if you look at, okay, I'm going to show you this. Watch this. You take a pair of calipers and you take 2 or 3 cases. Okay. 68. Now watch, the same case. 70. 70 and a quarter. Now 69 and a quarter. The mouth of that case isn't perfectly square. So that means when you go to crimp it, it's not going to be perfectly square or perfectly parallel to that crimp groove. Guess what the profile crimp does? It brings the mouth to uniformity before it crimps. Let me rephrase that. I'm all about terminology. This profile crimp, it starts with a taper and ends with the roll. So coming into the taper, you know that 2000s different you had, it forms the brass for more evenness, and so when it roll crimps it, it's more perfected. And I'm telling you, if you just do a regular roll crimp and then you crimp with this, and you really look at it under a magnifying glass, you're like, man, that is a sweet crimp. It's that nice. So so here we go. See the things you didn't know. Oh, Rubbermaid to the rescue. I had to just put a little shelf on one of these. I just put the cartridge on it. I think there you go. It's perfect. There we go. There we go. Other than not knowing the true ballistic nature of this is a near perfect cartridge. This is just perfect. Okay. So here we go. Now, I do not recommend doing one at a time. Too easy to miss a charge. Too easy to, go right from, the priming step to the seating step without, charging the case. So now, while I'm doing this, I'm going to ponder you something. I want you to ask yourself a question. How is your terminology, right? Your terminology. That's not a bullet. That is a cartridge, a completed cartridge. Study everything you say, your words, everything, okay? I'm just kind of looking up at the comments there. Oh, didn't see it all the way. Okay, that's one thing I like about a Redding shell holder. A Redding shell holder is designed that if you don't have the primer seated in all the way, it won't It won't let you remove the cartridge case. Did you hear what I said? Terminology, cartridge case. Cartridge, right? Anyway, if you have a cartridge case and you primed it, but it's not seated past flush, you can't pull it out of that Reading shell holder. They haven't milled it out for the primer. The problem is, now you would be very wise to listen to me. Hang on. We gotta listen to this. If I was any one of you, I would write this down on a piece of paper and I would not forget it. Hang on. Hang on, I gotta grab something here. Because if I'm gonna tell you something, I should show you what I'm talking about. Because once you see this, you will understand it. I love my Reading shell holders, but my Lee has a specific function. This is a standard design where you see this, that's machined out or milled out, whatever you want to call it. So if you have a primer that's partway sticking out, you can remove the cartridge case, all right? That doesn't do you a lot of good if you're priming to go shoot and one of your primers doesn't get seated all the way. If you don't visually check it, you're going to miss it, okay? Well, what Reading does is they don't machine that. There's no relief there. So if you only partially seat the primer, you can't pull it out. That's a great thing. That's telling you, hey, bub, seat that a little further, right? And it might also be telling you that maybe you got a problem with your cartridge case. Okay? So here's where the Lee comes in. You don't want to be decapping a previously fired cartridge case and have a primer get stuck halfway out and have the case in this. Now you're gonna have to work to get that out. So what I do is when I'm universal decapping, I put my Lee shell holders in there because if something happens, I don't knock that primer all the way out. I can pull the cartridge case out because the Lee is milled out for that. And then if I want, I either chuck the cartridge case or whatever. So I use my Reading for in process of reloading, and I use my Lee for universal decapping. Ta-da! So go buy a pack of the Lees, and trust me, you'll like it. Okay, and you know RCBS is like the Lee and others. You know Reading, they flat mill it. Okay, so there you go. All the things you learned and didn't know you didn't know. Some of you might not. Some of you might know that though. You know. So anyway, working on your terminology. Get your terminology down. Another thing you want to get your terminology down on is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This was the one that I overexpanded. We're gonna go ahead and sink a bullet into that. I think I can pull it off. Okay, so when I charge, I focus. You can talk all you want over here. When you're over here, Andy. After a charge, I'm going to paint this thing fluorescent orange. I'm not lying. Nice. So when I'm charging my cases, I'm all about business. I don't take a drink of coffee. I don't look over, watch the computer or nothing. I'm charging powder. Now I'm doing business. Okay. Another thing. Now I'm free to talk. Another thing that I don't do is, okay, this is the one that was greatly overexpanded, I think. No. This one. Oh yeah, this one's greatly overexpanded. So let's see how this does. Ta-da! Hey, you know, can I ask you guys a question? Can I ask you a question? Okay, here's my question. After this live stream, I'm going to go have dinner. After dinner, I'm going to come out here and I'm going to do some more reloading. Now it's Halloween. We're going to have trick-or-treaters. So if I'm sitting here and that door is open, as the kids are coming in, if I say, "Here, kid, I'm out of candy. Have a cartridge." Is that kosher? I mean, if that was your kid, as a dad, wouldn't you love to, the kids, they always bring candy home, right? There's nothing in it for you. And all of a sudden, little Junior comes home. He's got some ammo in the candy bag. Now, you as a dad, you just made out. Wouldn't that be kind of funny? Kid goes home and he puts all his candy on the floor. Right there's a big old 44 Magnum with the blue bullet. It's a blue bullet, or maybe a pink. I don't know. Little boys get blue, little girls get pink, right? Could you imagine what the news would say? I would be a terrorist for that. And oh my gosh. Ronnie, knock it off, 762. Dude, you're messing with me, brother. I'll tell you what right now. All you guys are going to come trick-or-treat at my place, aren't you? Oh, yeah. Ronnie and Andy, they're going to be the first in line. They're going to have their little bags out there, and Andy, he's going to be in his little Star Wars outfit, and Ronnie, I don't know, he'll probably be in his little Superman outfit, little bags out there wanting my reloads, and Ronnie will say, "Hey, and throw one of your NOE molds in there. I want one more mold." That's what I can only imagine what you guys are going to want if you come trick-or-treating in my house. I missed one. What? Ronnie, knock it off. Be here in about 4 days. That's funny. So there we go. You want silver bullets? I could do that. Right now, Miss Highboy, I told her at 4:40, just go shut the pit boss off. Let the ribs sit in their own. Oh yeah. So right now, our ribs have been cooking with the sauce on them, and now they're going to sit there for about 20 minutes. And when I go, the bones are just going to come right out. I'll just cut them up, give them to everyone. We could have rib sandwiches if we wanted. You know, that's what I had to do. You know what I had to do? I had to make those little mini, what do they call those, sliders, and wrap them up and put one in a couple kids' baskets. You know, little. Gosh, could you guys imagine that? If your kids came to my house and they came home, you like, hey kid, give me that basket. You can have one of my barbecue sliders. You'd be like, go Highboy, right? You guys got to come trick or treating over here. I'm telling you. So the last thing is what if I'm sitting here, you guys? I'm gonna be serious. You guys see how my hair thickener's working? You see that, Andy? You seeing that? It's kicking in pretty good. Could you imagine if I had that door open? Kids are coming up to trick or treat, and I'm just sitting here reloading like that. Now that would be the show. All right, guys. That's me. That's my corny spirit, my humorous side. You guys know I've got a sense of humor. So, oh man, Chucky just knocked some spray paint over. Hey, I will tell you guys this. We have, my cat and dog died. I love animals. Animals calm me down. Democrats raise my freaking blood pressure. Animals calm me down. Well, animals are more intelligent. I mean, we all know that. So we have a cat living out back in our woodpile. I've been feeding it, and he got tuna tonight. So my goal is I'm going to get him to like me. How can he not like me, right? Come on, what's not to like, right? I'm feeding him. I'm going to get him to where he'll come in the shop, and we're going to see if I can train him to sit right on that bench. He's a beautiful cat. He's beautiful. I'm going to see if I can train him to I'm going to make him a bed. I'll put him a bed there. Maybe, I'll put a bed in the very corner, and I can talk to him while I'm cleaning guns. Because they're intelligent. I mean, you can have a good conversation with a cat because they don't really talk back to you. So pay attention. You just might see a wild cat sitting on my bench here in the next couple of weeks. So I'm going to work on it. So there you go. Enough of my rambling. Yeah, silver's really hard. Silver would punish. Yeah, you wouldn't have much of a barrel left with silver. Actually, you probably would just explode it. It just wouldn't work, G23, he's on his way. G23 asked me that, what am I loading? Basically, these are bullets that I casted, and they're it's for my 44 mag, and I'm trying some power pistol. I developed the load off my quick loads. It's nothing in publication, so I'm not going to share it. When the final result is done, I might share it. I'll put it on the forum. I think that would be really cool. But anyway, oh, hey, big boy. Hey, big boy. Oh, maybe you're into blue lipstick. I don't know. Something like that. How do those girls do that? How do girls get it so perfect? How do they do that? If I'd be like, could you imagine if I put lipstick on? It'd be like, this lipstick, Okay, guys. I want everyone to type Happy Halloween, and I'll call you out. We're going to have a good Halloween. Can you mix lead and silver solder? You can actually. I don't know if you can cast it into a bullet, but you can mix it. You go right ahead. I think solder, I don't know what solder. Okay, Andy 79Z28, Knox Specters, good to have you. Uncle Milty, G23, McMahon 39 Reloading, Drew Bradley, G23. Oh yeah, you're gonna, if I send you my Chucky mask, you're gonna scare every kid in the neighborhood. Michael Swarm, my good buddy Michael, it's good to see you, brother. Reb Tyree, Reloader 762. Okay, I got to tell you this, Reloader 762. You guys know I'm a huge Oregon Bullet fan, and Oregon Bullet closed. They got bought out by, I think it's Rimrock, I think. But I learned that they weren't putting silver in their bullets. I could be wrong. That is what I just said is total hearsay of what someone told me. So who knows? I don't know. But anyway, there you go. Pony 47. Hey, tell your dad happy birthday. That is awesome. Happy birthday to Reloader 762's dad. Okay. I want to thank everybody. And Alaska One Andy, Jesus is the reason for all the season, in my opinion. I really don't celebrate Halloween in the way that, I'm not into Halloween, but I love to scare little kids. Yes, I do. Okay. You guys are awesome. Make sure you join me over at UGE Tube. That stands for UGE, Utah Gun Exchange. Go to Utah Gun Exchange. You know you can put an ad listing there, no cost. You can sell a gun. You can buy a gun. Oh yeah, go check them out. They're doing really well. And I'm going to try and get the owner on, and we'll talk a little bit about his platform, and maybe we'll get some good stuff rolling. So here we go. I appreciate everybody. You're all great, and I hope you have a good week. And I think he might end up being. Him and me, we were working with Twitch. I was set up with Twitch. The problem with Twitch was it was hard for me to advertise it, but it's still in the works, okay? Hey, and Reb Tyree, yeah, God bless everybody. Be safe. And I'm working on a Bible study, not sure what night this week, but I'm going to have that on. So here we go. Guys and gals, that's the end of this show. I want to thank everyone and tell you all have a good, safe week. God bless. We'll see you guys on the next.